morning, everyone. Morning. And thank you for coming today. It's great to see everybody here. And although it was a short time ago, we spent touring your different schools and getting to meet you and your students and the faculty. It was enough to convince my staff and myself that these were really good schools deserving of donations. And so, there's so many positive things about the public schools that don't make the newspaper. And so it's our perception, by the way, that's only in the whole school year that you might hear 4 or 5 bad stories about the schools, but you don't hear about the 1,000 of good stories about the schools. And if there's one thing that I've realized since I've been in office of the 30 plus schools we visited is how many schools are doing a phenomenal job. How many principals, teachers, and students are doing great work. And that's not publicized enough. And I hope for events like this that word gets out, that we have some really, really great students, great teachers, and great principals. Before I was taking office, I did pledge to donate my salary as a city council person to the public schools, and that's been our goal. I think with this last contribution will be over 30 schools that we've donated checks to. And I think also this year we donated actually $18,000 to Coded by Kids. It's a nonprofit that teaches 10th graders, 11th and 12th how to code. And the goal of this is to have kids learn how to code and in the 12th grade get jobs in the technology space. And for all of you out there, I want to just share with you some information. It's early in your career, but I want you to think about this. In the last 14 years, and by the way, it's never too early to think about what you might want to do when you graduate. Never too early. In the last 14 years in Philadelphia, 25% of all jobs in this city were technology-based. Technology-based. And think about it. The largest companies in the world are technology. Google, Apple, Microsoft. Think about it. So if the last 14 years, 25% of all jobs are in tech, that's something you may want to think about as you move through school. How do I learn about coding? How do I get involved in technology? Think about that. We're going to challenge you to do that. By the way, I was just at Ben Franklin High School on North Broad Street. So I have a few Ben Franklin quotes I'm going to share with you. But one is, Ben Franklin has some great quotes and did a great job as far as, we're concerned in Philadelphia. He's really basically the person that is most resembles Philadelphia is Ben Franklin. But he did say, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Think about that. He also said, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, and involve me and I learn. I'm going to repeat that because I want you guys to know that. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, and involve me and I learn. And we now am honored to present these grants to each of you first. I just want to say a word about each school and the plans that you're going to do with the investment. Let's start with Masterman. Its principal, Jessica Brown, said the school would use their funds for grants for equipment for its robotics and STEM lab. So that's great. Technology. That's perfect. So Jessica, you want to come down? I can give you this check. Hey, Mark, do you want to do the big checks now? Later. Let's do it. Do a photo. Do a photo. McClure, Principal Sharon Marino is going to use the funds to help create a STEM lab in conjunction with a Neubauer grant. So is Principal Marino here? By the way, Sixth and Hunting Park, right? Principal Awilda Balbuena, who couldn't be here today, But standing in for her is Megan Cola, the lead teacher at Sheridan. And you're going to expand the STEM curriculum with lab kits, new seating, and iPad supplies. That's great. And then Anthony Gordon, Principal Gordon, at TM Peirce, hopes to use this grant for walkie-talkies and classroom supplies. Come on down, Principal Gordon. And then Principal Jeff McFarland at Parkway Northwest. They plan to use the funds to expand its community outreach work. By the way, Ben Franklin also said, well done is better than well said. Any of you kids know what that means? It kind of means what Teddy Roosevelt said, one of our presidents. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Well done is better than well said. Don't talk about it, do it. Anyway, Principal Jeff McFarland, come on up. I'm just going to mention that earlier this morning, Ben Franklin couldn't be here today. That's the last school with donations for right now, because they're having graduation right now. But I did go up there and speak to them. It's a career and technical educational program, and their goal is to increase attendance at their school, and that's how the funds will be used. The last quote I'm going to share with you, because I'm into Ben Franklin today, okay, is by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. So the goal is be prepared, be prepared. Anyway, thank you. Thank you to all the schools, all children that are here. We're going to take a group picture, right, Margie? Oh, by school. So I'm going to call you up by school, then we'll have a big picture of everybody. So let's start with the school and all the children from Masterman first. Come on down.